Hey guys, how's it going? This is Strong K, and I'd like to welcome you not only to my latest video, but also to what marks the beginning of a new series that I want to do called In the Making. Yeah, as you've probably already guessed from the title. And what I want to do here is basically look at games that are currently in development or currently being made, not necessarily limiting this to any specific state like an alpha or beta or whatever the producers might deem fit, their game or the stage their game is in right now. It should basically have like a playable or presentable content, so that you and me basically can get an idea or like an impression of what the final game or the final gameplay is going to be like, what it looks like, what it plays like, that sort of thing. So obviously this is currently work in progress, so the final product will, in all likelihood, vary from what you see here. And yeah, the first game that I want to talk about here is Hawken, which is a multiplayer online shooter, uh, and which features or which has like a mecha motif here. For those of you who are familiar with the BattleTech universe, for example, or more specifically the MechWarrior game series, you know, from the beginnings, like from the I think 1990s, I guess, yeah, or like you have like your selection of animes that feature the same sort of thing, like the Patlabor series, Appleseed, what have you. There's a plethora of anime and manga out there. Even games like I don't know if those of you remember Shogo, I think it was called. Uh, Mobile Armored, no, something like that. I don't remember. It was released by Monolith Games, same people who made Blood. So yeah, it was actually a fun game back in the day. So let's take a look at our Mech hangar first, to get right into the nitty gritty here. Okay, so this is like the mechs that I have at my disposal. And as you can see, like you start with the assault mech, at least in the beta. And at first I didn't realize that I could buy more mechs in the mech shop, apparently. So these are light mechs, medium, and heavy mechs. I think this is the MechWarrior terminology. I'm just going to stick to that. Basically meaning that they have like less armor but are quicker, and those are the stats for the different mech classes here, and those have a higher energy capacity. What that means I'm going to talk about later maybe, because this is for a specific game mode that is playable in this game. So I chose the sniper class, like the sharpshooter, then an assault mech, like I said, the like run and gun type of fast, but not so heavily armored, and then the brawler is sort of like a heavily armored close combat mech. And what you could do here, if you click on this wrench, basically you can outfit your mech with different items and extras. So each mech, like depending on the class that you chose, has a set amount of weapons. You have your primary weapon here, then the secondary weapon here, and then the alternate primary weapon here, which you can then interchange in the game. Um, so this is, yeah, pretty self-explanatory. The stats are down here. This is like damage, accuracy, rate of fire, effective range, and heat buildup. Like in BattleTech or in the MechWarrior games, each weapon that you fire produces heat, and your mech has intercoolers through which it can vent the excess heat. If you overheat your mech, then the whole thing shuts down. Like the weapon systems shut down. You can still move around, but you can't fire anymore. In addition to that, you have items and internals or internal devices, I guess. And they come in three different categories, like for offense, defense, and I don't know, like functional stuff, like miscellaneous, I guess. So yeah, if you click here, then you can see you can purchase grenades, rockets, or turrets. By the way, I didn't mention this yet. This is a free-to-play game, and meaning that you have to buy your equipment here either through those I think Hawken points they're called. This is basically the stuff that you can accumulate while playing this, or meteor points, which is basically money converted into in-game points. Right. For this beta, this is the closed beta that I'm playing here, and for the players of the closed beta, MechWarrior Games, I think is the developer of this game, has given us, I think, like 4,000 of each, so we can outfit our mech and then, customize it a little. The same is true for defensive items. You have shields, a hologram, repair, and then functional items are like an EMP, increased radar range, and also a scrambler for like the enemy radar to not be detected. And the internals are basically passive perks that you can pick up here. It's like, yeah, it's like increased damage, faster reloads, and then the same here, increased armor, repairs, and then basically fuel regen or max fuel. I'm going to talk about fuel and stuff like that in the game. So, right, those are the levels. I'm currently level 9 sharpshooter here with this mech. And each level gives you certain perks, like an increase in the proficiency of your weapons or tech points. Basically, tech points are can be applied here in this tech tree, where you can basically also tweak your stats a little. So this would mean that I have, like, because this is a sharpshooter, I'm playing more or less offensively here. So I increased all my offensive skills, but you can also use that for defense or to increase your movement. Then you have the body shop, which allows you to sort of mix it up a little, cosmetically speaking, or like optically, I should say. So change the arms, the legs, the chassis, what have you, and even like the thrust nozzles. You can also mix that up a little. Right. And last but not least, I don't know, like you can tweak or like change the color of the mech and the camouflage pattern here. So to sort of distinguish yourself, bestow some individuality upon your robot of death. Okay, so I think you get the gist of it. I have actually, I'm not really sure if this is necessarily the best setup or best configuration for this mech, but what the hell, I'm gonna give it a try. So I'm trying to connect to a server here. There has been some like issues, especially yesterday, with service not being available, or like you being disconnected from the host. So I'm going to try to deploy here into the field, and once I manage to do that, I will be back. So yeah, see you in a second. And we are back on the server. We actually managed to connect pretty quickly. Yeah, usually this is not that big of a problem. Like I said, they also announced it in the forums that this is there is something going on with the servers. So yeah, this is a map that's for deathmatch only, and I really have to say, like, the first thing I like to get off my chest is that I really like the graphical style of the game. Like I said in the beginning of this video, they really did manage to sort of blend in like the yeah, you can actually, let me just show this off and let me knock this over. You can interact with the environments, but they really managed to oh, this fucker. Yeah, he's gonna smoke me. The thing is, I really suck at first-person shooters, so don't expect me to perform greatly here. It's just that I'm really bad at this kind of stuff. Okay, let's go again. So yeah, as you can see here, this like the whole map is sort of like reminiscent of, you know, like your Patlabor or Appleseed, Cyberpunk, or like sci-fi Mech scenario, and the graphical style is just superb. I'm playing like on max graphics here, like everything is on ultra, and I have all the effects on. So, you know, just in case you're wondering. Usually, this is just basically... Oh, nah, dude, he's gonna smoke me, I guess. Nah, dude. Got it. But I'm close to overheating here. I'm taking fire from... Yeah. Okay. The thing is that, and a lot of people have actually complained, not a lot of people, but some have complained that this sort of like grainy film filter here, you know, makes it pretty hard to aim and to make out mechs or enemies in the distance, really. And this is usually true for me as well. Like when I play a shooter, like the occasional shooter that I play, I also prefer to have like just like a minimum amount of graphical detail, because all the effects, like the motion blur and what have you, just distracts you from actually playing the game, aiming and shooting. So let me walk up this highway here. I really dig the graphical style. I mean, I cannot stress this enough. The whole aesthetics of the thing, and even, you know, the mech itself, like, you know, the walking movements, the weapons, and you know, it's like when you take damage, then your windshield cracks and stuff like that. I think that they did a pretty good job here. Let me just use my items. This is actually the first time I did this, I guess. Oh shit, let me get out of here. And turn. Wait. Ah, fuck. Dude. I'm dead. So yeah, earlier I unsuccessfully tried to, use my EMP blast or EMP grenade to sort of disable my enemy's weapon system, but you know, like so often, I didn't manage to do that. Okay, let me try out something. This is our special ability of the brawler mech, which is sort of like, yeah, this is the EMP. This should have happened just a little while ago with my enemy. Unfortunately, it didn't. So now he's got me, I guess. So basically, like, we go into our defensive mode, put our shields in front of us, and which impedes our movement. Let me try out the assault mech just to mix it up a little. And we are constantly being healed while doing that. You know, obviously we don't have access to our items and the radar, and we move a lot slower, but we also, like, we get healed, and which makes it easier for oh wait, what's going on here? Oh, I got an assist there. That's okay, I guess. Wait, there's one guy to my left, right? Oh, fuck it, let's just go for this dude. Yeah, that's it. Alright. Okay, and we're back with another map here, because I basically want to show you off like different parts of the game. This is actually an older recording. It's like an older piece of footage that I recorded, I think yesterday. This is what is called an insanity map, basically because I think it has 32 players on it. And also I cranked down the graphics here for, you know, the reasons that I mentioned earlier. Basically just, I just wanted to show off what the game is able to do. And, you know, rest assured that although the textures and you know, the details are down on this one, if you crank it up, if you like that, you know, this is equally stunning. So again, cannot stress this really enough, that the developers have done an excellent job in creating sort of like this whole atmosphere. It's not just the graphics, you know, it's like everything in combination, the whole theme of the levels even, you know, you have this urban environment that we just saw, then now we have this sort of like desert type of planet here where we fight on. And basically what I should mention is that this is a different play mode. This is sort of like a conquest play mode. You know, wait, okay, yeah, let's go for it. Ah, he's throwing a grenade at me. Okay, let's take him up. Oh fuck, I'm getting by ADH Saunders. That's actually one of the developers of the game. He was playing you know, during that session. But yeah, I think like this, like everything, it really fits. Like the palette, the style, the architecture of the buildings. It's really impressive. Like you really have the feeling, you know, of commandeering a mech in a future war scenario. So you know, again, hats off. This is, and I think this does a lot to the game. I mean, usually, you know, you could say, oh yeah, for a shooter, I mean, that's nice to have, and you know, but that's not like the core of the game. It's like the essential aspect that, you know, a shooter should pay attention to, which would be the gameplay. You know, how fluid is it, the mechanics. But I find this important because I think that really adds a lot. It does really add a lot to the game. What the okay. Did I mention I was garbage at shooters? I'm not sure, but I am. And let's get back to it. Okay, yeah, so I think this is really well executed. I mean, gameplay-wise, what I really like is that you have different mechs that have different weapons. And, you know, hence each mech plays differently, and they're equally useful depending on what yeah, what type of game, like what map you're playing and stuff like that. This usually, and I'm gonna go down into yeah, I don't even know what the mode is called, like shield mode, I guess. I'm not sure. Cool. Okay, and let's get going. We're unstoppable. We're an unstoppable force. We rain death upon our enemies. Nice. Okay. Yeah, this is like a rare moment in video games. You know, me succeeding at. Oh, he's on our team. Sorry, dude. Okay. Just pretend that there's somebody behind him, so he won't get mad at me. But I think there's no friendly fire here, so that's okay. So yeah, basically, yeah, this map is usually very like sniper heavy, or very good for snipers, for like sharpshooters, because it is pretty it is pretty spacious. So there's a lot of room. Let's, yeah, I think it's gonna help. But you know, I'm gonna do my darndest. I'm gonna go under with flying my flags, my colors flying. Yeah. And we got taken out there. So yeah, actually this this conquest play mode is called, I think, missile assault or something. Well, you know, in the top portion of the screen, I started to explain this earlier, but I got distracted there. You see 3 missile silos that are currently, the left one is under our control, the middle one is currently contested and now being captured by the enemy, and the right one is now is also in the hands of the enemy. And to the left and right of that, you see our base, the home base, with the hit points, the remaining hit points of our base. So basically, by capturing the missile silos, we can we fire missiles at the enemy base, which then decrease the hit points, and whichever base, yeah, nice. Grenade launcher. Who's ever like the team whose base you know, first hit 0 loses. This is pretty straightforward. Me personally, I like those technical or tactical, not technical, tactical play modes. It's like a little better because, you know, you have to think more, you have to coordinate more with your teammates. You know, which is I think it's like half the fun. It's just like blindly. I mean, not there's anything wrong with that. You know. Like you run of the like type run of the mill, your ordinary. Oh dude, this guy. Hold on. I'm gonna help you, buddy. I'm here. Don't worry. Dude, I can't hit shit, man. I got an assist there though. Yeah, I just simply like it better because it involves more team play. One issue I actually have with the game, you could just like witness that, is the there is some mobility issues here. And like I said, this is a beta, so I think, or I hope, the developers will take care of that. Especially when you use your thrusters to jump. Let's try to get up here. Yeah, this is really. Oh, he's gonna fuck me up. Yeah. This is our burning corpse. Basically, the game makes it, or it's pretty hard to scale buildings, or like to fly up like vertically. Also, there's an upper limit that you can reach. I don't really know how the game decides when you reach that limit, but yeah, it can be pretty annoying. And it slows down the pace of the game, which is something that, I don't know, maybe... okay. That's a berserker. Let's...
Yeah, it's running on my machine.
Yeah, and this marks the end of our of this round. I think we lost here. Yeah, those are just our teammates talking.
I have a 680 and I'm at 4 gigs.
Yeah, so we actually lost. Good job, team. And I didn't do so poorly. It was just like sort of in the middle, like a midfield position there. Yeah, usually I do a lot worse. But I assisted and killed more people than I have died, actually, so that's okay. Okay, the statistics, yeah, I don't usually appear in those. But what can you do, right? So like I mentioned, each round gives you like experience and Hawken points, which you can see here. This will allow us to level up and then gain more abilities. You know, as you can see here, I just gain 1 level with my brawler, so now I have +1 with my primary weapon. Not exactly sure what that entails. I think it's either like damage or accuracy or something like that. So you get better and better the more you play. Right. I think I'm just gonna edit this out because this might actually take a while, and I'll see you in a second. And we're back here. Same round, same play type, missile silo. Oh wow! I just edited out basically the whole like getting ready to play process because this is just a tedious part of the game that you probably don't have or will not enjoy watching. Okay, yeah. So like I said, actually, like one of the issues I have with this game, and I mentioned this already, is like the scaling, and it's like I feel like the movement could be a little more fluent or a little more smooth. I mean, this map specifically has some issues because, you know, this is sort of like an industrial style level. You know, in the future, like in I don't know, Factory Planet or something. And again, like the graphical style, I really like. Okay. Yeah, see, this is what I mean, you know. Like, generally speaking, if you apply your thrusters to move, like, vertically upwards and try to, like, climb buildings, you know, to use that word here, it doesn't work so good. That's the thing. And I think it would add a lot of, you know, the dynamics of the game would be a lot better if, you know, that somehow went more fluent. Right. I mean, especially on this map, you know, you can see here. Wait, let me just get a shot at this guy here. Yeah. Good job. Right. Yeah. I just caught the rocket for you there, dude. Okay. Oh, he's behind us, man. The fuck. Yeah, he's gonna get us. Shit. So yeah, it's just like if you pay attention to the architecture of the map.
I know what it is now. It's because I'm on AMD.
This guy is really unnecessarily loud.
Even though it's got 6 cores.
Right, I'm talking about you. Okay.
And a true 6 core is that.
So yeah, as you can see here, you know, all those things that are sort of like protruding, that actually impede your movement. I mean, this is like this map specific, and this is not directly related to the thruster or the jump issue that I mentioned earlier. So, you know, this might actually be on purpose, I don't know. But it's just like sort of especially, you know, if it gets hectic, like if you get like in close combat, and then you try to strafe or evolve or whatever, and you can't. Yeah, that can be pretty annoying at times. I don't know. Other than that, though, no complaints there, I guess. Yeah. Also, what I like, this is the sort of the tactical issue of, or the tactical aspect, I should say, of the game. You know, it's like choosing the loadout. I mean, obviously, different classes or different mechs have different weapons, which is, you know, normal, especially if you've played like the early Battlefield titles, like the multiplayer titles. You know, it's like, you know the drill. Although here you can choose like between a variety of items, those things that I mentioned earlier, and those are the same for everybody. So, you know, you can, this adds like some further balance and sort of you know, respects the playstyle. You know, if you're like more of a defensive player, like regardless of the class of mech you choose, or if you like to, you know, run into the field and basically run and gun it out there. And I think that's a good and interesting design choice, like gameplay wise. Yeah, so obviously, like, the big issue here is, I guess, the free-to-play model that the game employs. Now, I should probably say that, although I'm not a huge fan of this model, but maybe not for the reasons that other people are. Basically, I mean, honestly, I can understand. Like, you can see that there's a lot of work, time, and money that went into this game, like the development and the making, the execution of Hawken. And obviously, you know.
Hey, the last solid snake. What CPU do you have?
And obviously, you know, there's nothing wrong with the designers wanting to get like some reimbursement. It's like wanting to get money, like being paid for what they do, and that's totally fine. The problem is, or the problem that I think this model will generate is simply that that it will imbalance the game. And it's not, you know, related to, yeah, I have to either invest in insane amount of time. And, you know, I don't know if I mentioned this, but in the beginning, when I was still under the impression that the Assault Mech was the only one that you can actually play in this beta, I used all my all the money that, you know, was in the account to like totally deck out my mech with like all the camouflage patterns that there were, like everything, all the I bought all the items, all the devices, and what have you, you know. And then I actually realized I could buy other mechs, and then I just barely had enough money left to buy like the sharpshooter and the brawler. And then I actually had a pretty hard time gathering enough Hawken points, and I was playing like, I probably played like 15 hours into this. So at that time I had probably was like 7 or 8 hours down, and I could just afford those rockets, you know, the item. I'm not exactly sure what they're called, which I think is a super long time. I mean, you know, there's a lot of games out there, especially for people that don't have, you know, or cannot invest their entire day, you know, in playing video games. This might actually be, you know, a huge concern, simply because those people that either, you know, nice job, that either deem it fit to, or they either are willing, I'm going to rephrase my sentence here, I'm not sure where I was going with that either are willing to invest a lot of money or time into this game, will have an advantage over other players. I mean, I can see that there is like an aspect of grinding, or like, you know, of keeping your customers employing those things, and the question is just, is it gonna, are you gonna have like a small fraction of players who are gonna play it because they want to grind and want to, you know, be able to better equip their mechs? Or are there gonna be more players that say, nah, you know, why would I even try to compete with someone that obviously, you know, loves this game so much that he spends a lot of time and money in being better than everybody else? I mean, obviously there's a huge discussion between like you know, nuances of this free-to-play model. It's like, be it like, or is the game is the game a pay-to-win or pay-to-progress type of game? meaning that, you know, if you just invest enough time, you know, you will eventually get where everybody else is getting by just paying up. And that's not really the issue here, because the thing is, do you want to have a game that is by, you know, by default imbalanced, which you will have if you, you know, reward players that either invest a lot of time and or money into the game. And, you know, are you actually gonna sort of like ward off other players that simply deem this, I don't know, unfair or, you know, not worth their time? And this is really the issue that I see here, because like I said, I really like this game. This is a cool game. It's good, and I'm just afraid that this free-to-play model might actually do more harm than good for this one. You know, it is a great game, and everybody should play it. But like ultimately, does this model prevent this game from gathering an audience, like the audience it deserves? Like, you know, and an audience big enough to make this still enjoyable in, like, I don't know, 6 months after its release. I mean, I would easily, I can understand, you know, people want to make money with this, and that's cool. I would easily throw down like 10, 15 bucks, or maybe more, like depending on, you know, what's been added to it once it reaches gold status. But yeah, like some of the most popular games out there that's still being played today, like I'm thinking of like a Team Fortress 2, they actually benefited heavily from the fact that the game was pretty well balanced, and, you know, you were not able to sort of gain an edge over your over the other players by investing either time or money, and thus making this game imbalanced by default. So, I mean, I'm not really sure if it's too late for that. It actually seems like it, because, you know, they seem to be pretty far advanced with this one, with Hawken. So I don't think the developers are actually able to still sort of, or they probably are able, but they simply won't do it. Yeah. So those are actually my thoughts on the whole free-to-play model. Well, in any case, while I camp here and try to snipe other people, thank you guys for watching. This was Strong K with Hawken. Sort of like, you know, first impressions of the game in its current state. I think there will be a open beta not too far ahead. I think like in a month or so, or at the end of November 2012. And I think the game should be released in December. If I'm wrong, I'm going to correct that in the description, where I'm also going to post a link to the game's website. Yeah, definitely a thumbs up. Good job, Meteor Games. You should check this one out, especially if you like either first-person shooters or like the whole mech kind of aesthetic that it has going on for itself. You know, give it a try. There's a little that you can do wrong with this, I say as my burning remains hit the ground. So yeah, as always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you know, why not leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, or like this video. And I definitely hope to see you on my channel in the not too distant future. Okay, thanks a lot, and bye.